Forget about the planes, trains, and automobiles while in Morocco. Instead, pick up the camels, donkeys, and ATVs. During my 7-day trip to Marrakech, I got to test drive 3 different forms of transportation that I had never taken before. First up were the camels, the grumpy old men of the animal kingdom. We didn't have time for the 2-day trek out to the Sahara and opted for a 2-hour ride around the palm grove. But it was still an exciting experience as the camel caravan took off. We did this late in the afternoon, so before long the sunset was casting shadows along the ground. Even though I loved the camel rides, I feel like I need to point out that it was definitely the most uncomfortable form of transportation I have ever experienced. Lurching back and forth for 2 hours was long enough for me. I really couldn't imagine a 2-day trek. The next day, we traveled in the opposite direction and headed towards the mountains by donkey. I always loved donkeys, and I even asked for one when I was younger while all the other little girls were asking for ponies. I was excited just to be close enough to pet a donkey, let alone ride him. It was like a dream come true. We rode the donkeys 2 hours and 1,100 meters into the high Atlas Mountains, stopping for a delicious lunch at a small Berber village. I was so stuffed with amazing food, I kind of felt bad for the donkey who had to carry me down. Before leaving Morocco, we took out some quads. This is the first time I had done any kind of off-roading, so it took a while for me to get the hang of it. Now, it didn't take any footage of the actual ride because I don't have a GoPro and I wasn't going to risk breaking my camera. But trust me, it was a pretty amazing adrenaline rush, and I ended up covered with dirt. There are tons of things to see in Marrakech, some of which you can see in my other video about Morocco. And as much as I loved everything, I will always associate Morocco with camels, donkeys, and quads. So I would recommend taking out some test drives between seeing the bustling markets and tranquil gardens.